going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to do something a little different. Instead of doing the normal movie review, I'm going to talk about something that just happened the past day or so. And it's just something that I've noticed constantly on and off on a day-to-day basis. And it involves physical media. Now, there's a rumor going around, something that just popped up from a couple sources, saying that Best Buy is getting out of the physical media game for good in 2024. Now, a lot of people are going to look at that and say, well, physical media is dead, the world's coming to an end, the sky is falling, I'm going to pull my hair out and I'm going to be bald. No, that's not the case. Now, for somebody that has supported physical media for a majority of time now, for a long time, especially somebody who loves movies as much as I do, yes, I do get the pain there. I do get the worry and the confusion there. But I'm here to tell you, just because a source says something doesn't always make it law. Sometimes sources can be truthful. Yes, I do get that. But this whole Best Buy thing is sort of a rumor right now. But what I really want to talk about is just the state of physical media itself. Now, I'm not going to go into any logistics or numbers of sales and declines. I'm not really that smart in all that area, but I do read up on a lot. And yes, I know it's been declining ever since we have all these streaming. We do live in a world of streaming. Netflix, Paramount Plus, Disney Plus. And yeah, that's just the world we live in. And I'm not denying it. You know, for somebody who supports and loves physical media as much as I do, there's an argument to be made for both. I'm not denying that. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy the streaming side of things as well. There's a strong argument and there's a perk to it. Don't ever get me wrong, I still enjoy the occasional streaming every now and then. But when you jump to conclusions, just because a few articles says that some retailer stores aren't carrying your favorite product, doesn't always mean the end of that product completely. There's always online. There's Walmart.com, there's Amazon, there's Groove Entertainment, all these other different sources. And every year, I always notice, and I purchase a lot of these. Some of the sales have been going down a little, but they've been increasing at the same time. I know that kind of sounds like an oxymoron there, but what I mean by that is the more news spreads and the more panic that spreads, the more worry people get, especially for people like me that collects these things. So in a way, it kind of helps sales because a lot of people are just so worried that, well, we're never going to be able to get these things again. And we need to grab up as much as we can. Yes, that could be a good thing, but at the same time, you shouldn't jump to conclusions. This whole Best Buy thing is just a rumor for now. And this is just something that I felt like I had to, speak out. And for anybody who follows me on Facebook knows that I'm a big supporter of Team Physical Media. Especially 4K. I mean, half of what I got now, I already upgraded. All the Chuckies, all the Halloweens. And see, that's another thing. Even though some of these retailer stores aren't getting everything, especially from a bunch of these studios that releases a lot of these catalog movies, like Kino Laurel, Scream Factory, Shout Factory, Arrow Video, every single one of those movies are still being released at a time-to-time basis. Online. You can still get them online. It's not dead. Point being, this media is not dead completely. And there's going to be a lot of naysayers out there. I've already ran into a few in person and online saying that ever since COVID started, ever since streaming services has become all the rage, some people has been like, well, physical media is dead. That's inevitable. It just kicked it into high gear and this and that. Never paid attention to any one of those. They got their beliefs. We all have a right to speak our mind. This is America. I mean, we have the right to say so. And who am I to say what's right and what's wrong? We all have our own opinions. My opinion sticks with both. I'm pretty much for both physical media and streaming, but if I can get a movie that I like on physical media, even though it's streaming, I'm going to get it on physical freaking media. Whether it's on Blu-ray or 4K. I mean, hell, I just got a couple of TV shows, complete series on DVD, even though they're streaming. That's how much I love them. As long as my financial stays friendly to me, I will support them. But point being, getting back to the whole physical media thing, and these studios trying to phase out 20th Century Studios, which used to be 20th Century Fox, since there was a merger and now Disney owns Fox, and now it's basically called 20th Century Studios. That's another company that's been trying to keep all their movies, especially the 20th Century Studio movies, on streaming, on their Disney Plus platform. With Barbarian, that was released last year, we still hadn't got a physical media release yet. And with that whole thing of the Australia of Disney phasing out physical media completely, this has already happened. In Australia, that really cut me deep. That cut me deep, just to the core. I've never been in that country, but I feel for them. I really do. With Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 being the last one that they could ever purchase on that media, that just hurt me really good. But I've started noticing something. For somebody that actually works in retail, I'm the guy that handles the new releases, that puts them out on its day of release. So I'm the first guy to cut into those boxes and just see what's coming out, actually holding them in my hand and then putting them all out. We have gotten from 20th Century Studio, the company that I said that tries to keep most of their movies on Disney Plus solely, I've started noticing physical media is starting to make a little bit of a headway again. We got both Avatar movies, we get Prey, that was just released, and we have just got the release of The Boogeyman. Now, granted, we hadn't got the release of Barbarian yet, but I have a feeling that's probably not going to be far to follow. So that's one thing I've noticed. Is physical media is prospering, which gives me a lot of more comfort. Now, I do admit, I was sort of one of those that kind of jumps to conclusions, and I see news articles, I just don't even want to read it because it's not something I agree with. I'm trying to be better than that. There's always a loophole in there somewhere. I mean, yeah, sometimes articles can mean what they say, but not all the time. So with all this physical media business and how stores is trying to cut them out, I mean, I work for Walmart. Just back in 2020, they cut like 52% of their physical media alone. However, and this is something else that I need to mention, and I got it pulled up on my phone, which I'll have to read it word to word. Meanwhile, Walmart has been in talks with DVD distributor Studio Distribution Services, SDS, a joint venture of Universal Pictures and Warner Brothers, to assume management of portions of its physical media operations, Media Play News reported this summer. So that was just this past summer. Now, nothing has moved on that yet, but it's out there. And just like with the whole Best Buy thing, that's just something else you can't take to heart yet. And I work for Walmart, and I have not heard a single thing about it. But just from those sources, again, it's just a catch-22 there. So you take what you can get. But if you're a physical media lover, just don't panic. Even though this media is declining, it's still a force to be reckoned with, no matter how many streaming services there is. Now again, there's arguments that can be made for both streaming and the media. But I'm just saying that don't panic. Just don't assume the worst. It's not dead. It's not dead by a long shot. There are still people out there like myself that collects these things. And thanks to us, thanks to you guys that actually do, we hadn't seen the end of it. And I don't think we will. I don't think we will. Even though in retail stores we are, sort of. But it's not immediate that you can kill off right away. From a business standpoint, I understand. But if you're buying a disc for like 25 cents on the dollar and making like $20 a disc from stores. That's a pretty good profit. That's just not something that I don't think studios can afford to miss out on, to stop. That's all I have to say. I hope that kind of gives you a little bit of clarity. I think I said all what I had to say. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't too rant-filled for you. I just had to get this out. It's been a long time coming. I've been meaning to do a video like this on here for a while now, so now it's out. So leave me a comment down below and tell me what you think about all this. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. Make sure to click that bell icon so you don't miss a thing, and set it to all. And I will see you next time. Peace.